and welcome. I don't usually film in the evenings, but it's Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you all. Now I have treated myself, although I was planning to get myself a new wood turning lathe. I haven't done, mainly because I was suddenly faced with the prospect of buying a new gas boiler. Thankfully, I don't have to do that for a little while now, but still, I need to know that there's enough money in the piggy bank to buy a new boiler when it is required. So I'm going to have to wait a moment or two before I get that new lathe. Hello, Daisy. Come on, down you go, you're in the way. That's a go. But I did get myself something for the wood turning. I've bought myself a new wood chuck that hopefully is going to fit onto my thread adapter that goes on my lathe. So this is a 1" 8 TPI thread, record power wood chuck, and I think it comes with a couple of extra bits as well. So I'm excited to see what I've got in the package, because it was a few weeks ago I ordered it and it's been sat on the shelf waiting ever since. I had to take its outside cardboard box off because when I arrived home from work it was sitting on the doorstep out in the rain and it was just a soggy, slushy mess. But I've especially been putting off opening this until Christmas. So now it's Christmas Day, or Christmas Day is nearly over. Let's get this open and see what we've got. I think I'm upside down, but I'm not sure. I still don't know. Let's get it open. So Merry Christmas to me, from me. Now I said I bought myself a couple of gifts. I've also bought myself a sewing machine serger overlocker. I'm not sure what it's more commonly known as. And some fabrics to play with that as well. But I'll put that in another video. Today we're concentrating on woodworking. Is it open yet? No, you're not in there. Come on. Whoa. More than anything, I'm concerned about how heavy this is and how well my little cheapy lathe will cope with it. Ooh. I've never actually seen a wood chuck in the flesh. I've seen pictures on the internet and seen other people using them. So I'm a record power 1" 8 TPI thread, and oh, there we go. It's an SC3 Geared Scroll Chuck package. Also a package, extra bits. So what have I got? A fancy box to keep it in. Whoa. Ugh. Can I get it out? It's well packed in. Oh, it's all oily. I'm going to get myself some kitchen paper so I can wipe the oils off my hand. It's all packed well in oil. There, so a few sheets of kitchen tissue. Oh yes, and how much did I pay for it? 117 British pounds. So what have we got? The chuck, and I think this all comes apart. Have a look in a minute. A key. I have to admit, this is bigger than I thought it would be. Let's get the key out. Leave it in its bag. Open its bag. Open this side. There's less oil up here. Everything's all greasy, which is good. Stop it rusting. So that's the key to adjust the chuck. Cool. And its bag. We might as well, yeah. I'll put it on the tissue for now. Is there anything else in here? Oh, woohoo! Loads of extra bits inside. Okay, I'll put that to the side. Let's have a look at the actual chuck. What have we got in my package? An oily, greasy chuck. Woo. Well, that's good. Don't need to cut this open. This is already open. Put it on the tissue. Oh, heavy. Right, so another bit of tissue for this. So we've got all its gears in the back for anyone else like me that's not seen one before. And that's what, oh, that's where that key will go then. So like your electric drill, this key will fit in a hole in the side. Is there just one hole? Oh no, there's a hole on that side, and if I turn it around, there's a hole on the other side as well. So whichever way it stops on the lathe, you'll be able to get to it. That's quite good. So the key will go in there. So that'll screw onto the lathe. The key fits in there. I'm assuming this opens the jaws. So let's see what happens. Do they all open together? Is anything happening? I can't see. Can you see? I can't see. Oh, oh, it's very slight. It takes a lot of turning to get a tiny bit of movement on these, don't know what they're called, grabbers, prongs, teeth. And they're numbered 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so these bits here, I'll have to have a look and find out what they're called. So we've got, they've actually got a number on the side. So they're each stamped with a number. I don't know how relevant that is. Ooh, it's nice and smooth. It's not grinding or grating or tight. It's a very smooth movement. I'm surprised how much turning this takes. Oh, we seem to have come to a stop. That's it, that's as far as they go. Oh, I see. So these bits are what I screw the gripping jaws into. So let's, right, key down there. Chuck can go next to it for a second. What else have I got in my box? I think this is the next bit I'm going to need. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff. A little bag of bits and a springy nut. It's not springy. Okay. So these are the jaws. I've lost my scissors. Chaos. Chaotic video. What have we got? So we've got, they're all clamped together. So I've got the 4 jaws all held together on a zip tie. Are they numbered? Oh yes, the jaws are numbered. So this happens to be number 1. And my bag of screws. So number 1 will fit onto number 1 there. So number 1, I have it upside down. So that, okay. So there's actually, so there's a groove cut into this piece that slides in and out, and there's a ridge in the bottom of the jaw that locks into that groove. So not only do the screw holes line up, there's one at the middle and one on the outside, that's actually locked in to that ridge. Could I put that in the wrong? No, I couldn't. You can't put it in back to front. It's got to go that way. Not that you'd want to. Okay, so this is my bag of screws. Oof. So I've got, 2 Allen keys. They're different sizes. I've got a larger one and a smaller one. I don't know, so my fatter Allen key fits the screws that screw the jaws on. So 1, 2, okay. I don't know what that's for. Does it? It's very, it's like a big bolt, but it's not pointy at the end, it's very flat. So I'm assuming you could drill a hole into a piece of wood and then thread that into it and screw it in. And then this is like a drill bit. It's actually, although it looks very round, it's actually flattened off on 4 sides. And that looks like it'll lock into the jaws. Well, not the jaws. Maybe it will lock into the jaws. I think it will lock into the centre of these side bits that I don't know the name of. So it will lock into those. Okay, interesting. Oh, I'm all oily. I do have a set of instructions, a nice big thick book. I don't know if it's in lots of different languages, which is why it's so thick, or there's just an awful lot of information in this book. I'm not going to open it and look at it now because I've got oily, greasy hands and I don't want to get greasy fingerprints all over my book. Or not the first time I open it anyway. I would say we have instructions, alright, for an SC3 and an SC4 and a 5-year guarantee. It's got SC3 and SC4. It says down here there's a 5-year guarantee. I'm trying to see if there's another language. Oh, down there. So there's probably a couple. There's 3 books in here. So I don't know what, I'm going to have a look at these. What are my books? I've been distracted now. I was supposed to be assembling this. So I've got that one. Okay, that's a different language. That's not English. So I don't know what language that is, but maybe some of you do. Right, Geared Scroll Chuck packaged in SC4 original instruction manual. Right, so that looks very English. So I've got an English book and I've got whatever language this book is. And again, the first one I looked at, although I understood it, is not English. So 3 instruction manuals. I'm only ever going to need 1 because I'm not that clever and I can only speak 1 language. So this is the one I want. So that's good. This is all in English. Lots of information. So when I'm a bit less oily, I'll go back to that and have a look. So I'm supposed to be putting this together and I've still got another piece. So let's put these on. 2. Where is number 2? That's number 4, number 2. And 3. 1, 2, that's going to be 3. I can throw that away. And 4. Have I got 8 screws? 2, 4. I don't know what that, I've got a little tiny rubbery red bit. I don't know if that's a, now I've just dropped it. I don't know if that's anything, oh yes it might be. So I've no idea what that is. It looks like it's a bit of miscellaneous packaging that shouldn't be here. But I don't know. I've also, amongst all my screws, I've got a little tiny worm screw. So maybe that little red washery bit is something to do with that. So in go my screws for each of the 4 jaws. What I haven't done yet is check to make sure this will actually fit onto my screw adapter, my thread adapter, that I know fits my lathe because I've used it on the lathe with my new faceplate. Screw it all together, screw it all together. So hopefully no more gluing bowls onto wooden faceplates. Wooden sacrifice chunks of wood. Right, so all screwed up. I've not gone super tight. I don't know how tight I need to be, but just comfortable hand tight will do for now. Okay, I have no idea what this worm screw's for. Right, so, and that's my 4 jaws on it. My big chunky key can go in. I chose this because Record Power seems to be an extremely good make. And I wanted the 1" 8 TPI thread. That's interesting. Have these got different shapes? I'm noticing that the long straight bits that move in and out have actually got a different shape cut into the metalwork on each of their, I don't know if, yeah it is, because this has got a little square step shape going on. Are the other 3 the same? So 1, 2 and 3 look to be, and they're not quite the same. They're the same shape, but their curves are, they're definitely different depths. They're all slightly different. I can't really describe what the difference is, but number 4 is extremely different. How well I can show you. What are we looking at? Number 3. So this little curve at the bottom, this last piece of metal, is quite close to the outer edge. But as we move round to this one, number 2, that last little curvy bit of metal is further back from the flush edge. And again, number 3 is even further back again, deeper into the chuck. Interesting. No idea why, but interesting. Right, let's screw this closed. How tightly closed can I go? Close it up, close it up, close. Beautiful and smooth. How tight? Okay, and we'll just slacken slightly. Don't need to jam it up. So I think this will go in there. I'll have to read my instruction book. I don't know if I'd want to have it in there when these are on it, or if I need to take these off for best use of the screwy end. Fit in. Try again. Like most things, play with it lots before you look at the instruction book. So that is going to fall all the way through if I let go. Does it lock into those as well? Okay, let's put my chuck down. This screw thread bolt, this first end that's like the head of the bolt, gets gripped by those little straight bars that move in and out. So that grips onto there, and then the little jaws of my chuck move in around this ridge, so that's another securing point. So I do keep these on when I'm using this. So that'll go in. Oh, can't hold everything. And then that'll screw up. I don't know if I'm screwing in or out. I'm screwing in. There we go. A little bit further. So how does that feel? Terrible review. Well, it's not a review. An unboxing. Busy playing with my new toy. Does that lock in there? How well does that lock? I don't know, they just sort of come close. They don't really lock around it. I thought they might. They don't seem to, or maybe I'm not putting it in well enough. I don't know if that's right or not. I'm going to have to read my instruction book. Maybe you're supposed to take these off before you put that in. It looks like you might do, because the thread of this actually goes in deeper than these clamping jaws. Does it fit? Right, I did bring out my thread adapter, so I'm hoping it's going to fit smoothly into my chuck, because this goes on my lathe. Oh, that's nice. That is so smooth. That fits really well. Yay! So all of this heavy weight, I don't think I've got scales that'll weigh it. It's too heavy for anything in the kitchen. Needs to go on the lathe. So I know it'll fit the lathe. Whether the lathe's going to like turning that heavy weight, I have no idea. We will try that in a minute. Well, we won't. We'll try that tomorrow, because I'm not making a racket and annoying the neighbours at this time of night. That's not fair. Yay, it fits. I was pretty sure it would, but you never can be dead certain until you try it. Okay, now I've got another piece. I've got a couple pieces. I still don't know what that's for. My little worm screw that obviously fits this slightly smaller Allen key. She says, obviously, does it fit? Yes, it does. And a tiny little, I'm assuming it's some sort of rubber stoppery washery thing. So I don't know what that's for. I'm going to put that in my little bag for now so I don't lose it. There. And I have another piece. This, I think, is a faceplate. I don't know which end to open. This one. I'm getting my scissors all greasy. Sticky. So lots of things in my wood turning package. I think it cost nearly as much as my lathe. I think the lathe was only £120. So that's, is it going to go that way? Oh, no. I thought the jaws would grip around that. Do they grip into there? No. Kind of fits there. But, ooh, let's take that screw out. Tip it up. I like my big key. Right. Let's take, oh, not far enough. Let's take that out. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but there we go. Does that get, ooh, now will that fit? Will that lock up tight? Oh, it does. An easy fit faceplate. Yay. Ooh. So I can see my jaws got a little hooky bit on the inside that'll grip whatever they're clamping onto. If it was holding something that way, it'd grip around it. And on the outside edge, it's not straight, they're at an angle, so that when they open out and push against something, a divot in the bottom of a bowl that you've already carved, it'll grip into that. And this looks very straight. No, it's definitely, it is at an angle. When I put the Allen key in against the side wall, I can see it leaning in slightly. This faceplate ring, this inner circle, the inside wall edges of that are at an angle. So they grip into this, or this grips onto it. It's not just flat edge to flat edge. It's an angled edge. So there we go, there we have it. My new wood chuck. A Record Power SC3. I think it's an SC3. An SC3. So Record Power SC3 scroll, is it a scroll chuck? A geared scroll chuck. Very fancy. So, my latest bit of wood turning kit. And I think the first thing I want to do with it, test it, see if it goes on the lathe and spins around, because it's really heavy. Though I suppose it's no heavier than the biggest bowl I've made. That was a heavy lump of wood, and this is a heavy lump of metal before I put any wood on it. So we'll see how the little motor on that little cheapy lathe copes with it. I got a wood chuck, yay! So I didn't get a new lathe for Christmas, but I have got a fancy new chuck and I'm very pleased with it. And a posh box to keep it in. So if that goes, oh, that goes around the handle, right, okay. So that goes in there. I'm gonna have to take that apart or I won't be able to shut the box. So that's annoying. The key goes there. And my spare bits. Well, these would actually fit in there. But this and those are going to have to go underneath if I keep it in this bit. So I will I take those off? I'm not going to take them off. I'm going to use it on the lathe tomorrow. So I'll leave them screwed on. And I'm all greasy. Clonk, clonk. I'll just leave it like that. Perfect. I'll put this in so I don't lose it. And wipe my greasy hands. Soapy wash can stay as well. Bit of bedtime reading. I'll read my instruction manual and see if I got it right or not. So that's it. Unboxing my new wood chuck. So bye for now.